Hi everyone, happy Friday. Tonight we're going to do a cute little craft with sunflowers. I purchased this lovely wreath at a clearance sale and I thought I would go ahead and jazz it up a little bit. So tonight we're going to work on this. We are going to put a piece of wooden round in the center with a saying on it. So let's get started. Let me just go ahead and click my video and pin the comment. The comment, the word of the night is going to be sunny, S-U-N-N-Y, sunny. And when you type in that word, you are going to get a message back to your Facebook Messenger, and I'll give you the shopping link for all the products that I used tonight. Give me just 1 second. I'll get that posted. We'll get that pinned. Okay, now I just made a big mess with that wreath. It's kind of made out of a grapevine, so it is a little messy, it sheds. So give me just a second to clean this all up. Can you guys see all that mess? It is a mess. But we're gonna go ahead, it's gonna be kind of a quick craft tonight. I know Friday nights are kind of busy, everyone's out starting to relax for the weekend and getting the kids finished up with all their stuff so they can relax. So, I've got this 10-inch wooden round. It's really thin. It's really thin. And I've got this transfer that says, "Hello, I love you." And that's what we're going to put in the center of this round. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to get some of my camel paste, and this is chalk paste, and I'm going to put it out on a plate and I'm going to water it down because, well, this is pretty thick. We are going to paint with it. So I want to make it a paste consistency. This one needs a little bit of love. So if your pastes are ever dry, if you find that they're not the consistency of sour cream or yogurt when you open them up, add distilled water to them and mix them around really, really good. And that way you'll be able to use them. They'll come back to consistency. Make sure there's not any wet spots in them. And then you're able to use them again. So I think that's going to be enough of this paste. I do need to mix it around a little bit more though. Kind of blend it up. So how was your work week, everybody? Did you guys do well? Did you accomplish lots of things? Were you successful? Do you feel proud of yourself? You should pat yourself on the back. You finished a work week. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and spray my surface a little bit too, just to kind of loosen this up a little bit and help it spread better. And I'm just going kind of for a light brown color, kind of like the center of a sunflower. Center of a sunflower is what we're going for. I don't want it to be too dark because we want our letters to show up really, really good. So it's just a quick little brush. I'm using a foam brush. They go on pretty nice without brush strokes, so that's why I like that. And I'm using the chalk paste because it dries really fast. Okay, I'm just going to set that aside. This is what it looks like, and I like that color. I'm going to set this aside to dry for just a second while I clean up my mess that I made here. Do you guys like sunflowers? Sunflowers are one of my favorites. I have so many favorite flowers though, guys. I love hibiscus. I love tulips. Tulips are one of my favorites. I have lots of favorites, but sunflowers always make me, they feel like they're smiling at me. So I like sunflowers. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dry this up. I have a little stick on there. Like I said, this dries really, really quickly, but we're going to go ahead and add a transfer to it. So that's why we want to make sure it's dry, so that the transfer doesn't pull up all this paste that we just put on, and it doesn't have the paste on the back of the transfer. The transfers are reusable. They're reusable between 8 and 12 times, depending on how good you take care of them. And all you need to do is clean them after you use them. Try not to stretch them when you pull them off the surface, and clean them. The sooner you clean them, the easier they are, but they're good for about 8 to 12 uses, which is really, really good. So if you haven't tried these transfers, they are great. They stay in place when you put them down on the surface. You don't have to worry about them moving around, and that way you get good, clean, crisp lines when you transfer the design onto your surface. So we're still kind of waiting for this to dry. You can normally tell when it's dry, when it changes colors, and it kind of looks kind of a matte finish. So that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. As you guys hop on tonight, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to know. I'd love to know what kind of week you had too. Was it fun? Did you have challenges? Did your kids go to school this week? Oh, all the fun parts of August are just beginning. Still pretty cold, so I guess it's still wet. Sometimes I wish I could speed dry these things just so you don't have to watch paint dry. After I get this dry, I am going to apply a layer of surface wax to the surface that protects the surface from peeling up or splintering. It fills in some of the little wood grooves for wood, and it helps the transfer, keeps it from being stretched. Can you see how it's changing color as it dries? It's getting lighter. That's a good thing. But it just means it's going to be a few more minutes before it's completely dry. So these wood pieces are very thin, so they're easy to use. They're lightweight, so you can hang them on a door pretty easily without adding weight. I really like them. Almost there, guys. I'm sorry it takes so long. I could have done it ahead of time, but then you wouldn't get the whole idea of the whole process. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, I know it's not completely done. Can you see the difference in the colors? Just kind of accentuating some of the wood grain. It's actually kind of cool. Okay, so I'm going to put down my surface wax, and this is what we're going to use. It comes in this little jar, and it's to protect our surface. I don't know what I did with my little waxing pad, so I'm going to use my fuzzing cloth, just part of my fuzzing cloth. I'm just going to put it in here and wipe some of the wax on it. And we're not going to put a real thick layer. We're just going to do a quick little, oh, that felt like nothing. Let's do a quick little layer on top. We're going to buff it on, and then we're going to buff it off. So this kind of fills in some of the wood grains. When you paint our wet wood, it lifts up the grains in your wood, and that creates little craters, cracks, crevices. So this wax does kind of fill in some of those little imperfections in the wood. Okay, I think I've got it on pretty good. Now I'm just going to go ahead and kind of buff it off for a second, just to kind of make sure it's on there evenly. There's not any big globs of paste. Now we're going to put our surface wax away, and we're ready for our saying. So let's see how I want this to go. I'm going to put it like this, and I'm going to put it right in the center. I think, first of all, I'm going to put this little decorative piece right up here, right behind it. Let's try that. Let's try that first. Now I could fuzz, you need to fuzz this a little bit, but I've used this before so it's not sticky. I normally use my fuzzing cloth. Today I'm just going to use my pans. I'm going to try to lay this so that the grains are going one direction. And I'm going to try and center this. And you know how that goes. That's all subjective, whether it's centered or not. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this shimmer eucalyptus. I think I put in the cart link just a regular eucalyptus because it came in a smaller package for you. But I'm using the shimmer. If you want to buy a full jar of shimmer, you can do that. But actually, I think the regular might be even better for this project. Whoops. But I just didn't have any of the regular. Okay, so I just swiped that paste on, put it back in the jar. Let's see if it even looks like anything. Let's see. We're going to peel it up. Okay, it does. So this is what it looks like so far. Just a little tiny hint. Can you see the glimmer in it? We're going to dry this. Yes, we have to dry again, guys. I'm sorry. But while I'm drying it, I'm also going to cap my paste up. And this dries really fast. This one should be good. We didn't add any water. This is just going to be a design underneath. Just a real faint little design. I'm going to apply another little bit of wax over the top of that just because we're going to add the transfer on top of it. So I'm going to add a little bit more wax. Make sure it's dry. Okay. And then we're going to put this hello, I love you on here. It's just a quick little blurb, a happy little saying. And I'm going to do this in our bumblebee. This is a bright, bright yellow. Our sunflowers are yellow, and I wanted to see if it would stand out on this surface. So I'm going to go ahead and get a squeegee. I wonder if I should do this. I might want to do this black. Let me get my black. Let's see if this is a new one. Yep, it's a new one. Let's get our old one. Okay, so let's do our yellow first. Now I'm going to make sure that this is smoothed on so there's not any air bubbles in the silk screen. Just make sure it's attached to the surface really good. And I'm just going to do the word hello in the yellow. My yellow is almost gone. I have loved this yellow bumblebee color. It's so cheery. So once again, I'm just applying a little bit, covering the silk screen, and then I'm going to go over the top, take off any excess paste and kind of smooth out any lines that may be in there. The lines are kind of like your brush strokes. Get those out of there. Okay, and then put my squeegee away, and now I'm going to get another squeegee, and then I do the I love you, and we're going to do that in black. Just a little bit. This is about how much I'm using, and that's probably way too much, but we're going to go ahead and apply it on here. Be careful when you're close to other letters so that you don't mix your colors. If you mix them, it's fine. I've done that many times, many times. I've got all this extra. I'm going to put it back in my jar. Just scrape it off in there. Then I'm going to go across and take off any excess, smooth out those lines. Make sure I've got everything covered. Make sure I have the top of that L. Okay, and then I'm going to peel it off. Here's the big reveal. Hello, I love you. Very simple, guys. I'm going to put my transfer aside and we're going to clean it in just a second. I'm going to put my pastes away. Actually, you know what? I see I didn't get that. Well, I'm going to leave it. The bottom of the Y is kind of off, but that's okay. I'm going to leave it. Lately, when I've been fixing things, I make a bigger mess. So I'm going to leave it. Now I could add other decorations on here. I could paint a circle on the outside border. I could do flowers. I could do whatever. But you know what? I think that the wreath is so busy itself. It's got all those flowers in there that I think I'm going to leave it simple. Now to attach it, well, first of all, let me show you how to clean the transfers. I'm going to put this aside. And to clean the transfers, you're just going to get them. And you're going to use regular water to spray the surface. Like I said, the sooner you do this, the easier it's going to be. I get a paper towel for my first run over. The shimmer is going to stay on your transfer. It's pretty shimmery and it just kind of stays. So you just want to make sure you're focusing on getting everything out of the silk screen. The silk screen is where the paste goes through to your surface. Get that out of there. Okay, so that's kind of my first pass. Now I'm going to get something called my board eraser. And it's just a sponge. It's like a magic sponge, but there's no chemicals. And I'm just going to rub over this. And this does a really excellent job of cleaning these. If you don't have a board eraser and you're doing these transfers, I strongly advise using one. Get one. They're not expensive. You get 2 in a package, and they really help. They help a bunch. You also want to clean the back side, so I'm going to flip this over and gently wipe the other side. Now the other side has sticky on it, and you want that to remain sticky, so just go very gently. Somehow or another, this picked up a lot of shimmer on the back. I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, maybe that's when it moved. Do the back side of this one as well. Make sure it's out of the silk screen. Okay, and then I flip it over and I do it one more time on the front and then I dry it. Okay, so I get a paper towel, I dry the front, I dry the back, and then I put it back on the backers that it came on. Now this backer has a shiny side. Can you see the shiny side? And a matte side. The shiny side is what's going to go down to the sticky side of your transfer. You're going to press it down. Let's see if that fits better. Yeah. And then I just smooth over it one more time with the paper towel. It kind of does one last dry on it. It makes sure it's got contact to the back of that, to the surface below. And then it's ready to go back into its little plastic bag that it came in. That's how I store mine, at least. Now this one, we're ready to attach it to the back of our wreath. So if you look at it, let's see how it's going to look. I hope it's vibrant. Yeah, I think it's going to look good. It's going to fit right back there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch holes in this. And I've got this big crocodile. I've got the power punch, which is much more manageable to use than this one, but I don't know where it is. So I'm just going to punch some holes in here, maybe over here. And they don't have to be perfect. We can kind of straighten it up and adjust with our wire that we're going to use. Okay, so there's our 4 little holes. You see them? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put this aside. It's kind of neat because you get these little wooden holes out of there. Okay, so now with my wreath, it does have a hanger. So this is this top part right here. This is how it's going to hang. So I want to make sure that I put it down with that at the top. I'm going to move this out of the way. And I've got these wires. These are just like Chanel trimmed wires. I'm going to cut off a piece of this. They're like wrapped. I need scissors. Excuse me. And I'm just going to kind of flip this over. Maybe I could poke it through first. Let me poke this through to another one. Maybe I should do it this way. Let's see. I'm going to kind of pick an area of the grapevine. I'm going to pop it up. Poke it through. Are you guys still with me? Poke it through the grapevine. And we're going to bend it so that we have like a V. Then we're going to put it through the holes. And we're going to try to twist it. And then we're going to kind of look at it and see how it's working. Yeah, I think it's going to work out good. Okay, so let's get another one. Poke it through, up through here, through the vine. Make it into a V. And push it through the hole. And I have one more stick somewhere, one more Chanel stem. Somewhere. Well, oh, here it is. Kinds of stuff down here. So I'm going to get this, cut off a piece. So we need scissors again. Okay, push it up through my grapevine. Just pick a spot that's near. Make it into a V. Push the wire through the hole. And we're going to twist and secure. Now I'm going to trim these up after I figure out if they're the right placement, but let's take a look. You guys, I like it a lot. We dressed it up a little bit just by putting that in the middle. What do you guys think? Hello, I love you. So this will be a great thing for an entryway when people come into your doors. The first thing you're going to see. It's kind of, I think of sunflowers in the summer, but I also think them as being a fall flower. So I think this is the perfect time for a sunflower wreath. What do you guys think? If you like it, please give it a heart. Feel free to share this video with others that you think might like it. And please like and follow my page. If you want the list for the shopping list, comment Sunny. And if you want information on joining our DIY monthly club, type in the word club and check your messenger. I'll be back on tomorrow night. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.